Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Damascus and carbon fiber Civivi Elementum button lock. So as the name implies, the Civivi Elementum button lock is exactly that. It's a button lock version of the classic Elementum. Instead of the flipper tab and liner lock, you get a button lock, and to open and close the knife, you just press down on the button and flick the knife open, and to close it, you just press the button and let the blade fall, and boom, it's closed. It's a very fun mechanism, it's very fidgety, and before we dive deeper into the knife itself, let's do a little size comparison up against my favorite EDC knives. Here it is up against the Benchmade Bug Out. Here it is up against the Benchmade Mini Bug Out. Here it is up against the large Chris Reeve Sebenza 31. And then lastly, here it is up against another Civivi button lock knife in the Civivi Cogent. As you can see, the button lock Elementum is a bit on the larger side in comparison to the Bug Out as well as the Cogent. The handle length is rather large as well as the actual blade length, which I'll dive deeper into later, but it is a little smaller than the Sebenza 31. In terms of blade thickness, the button lock Elementum is a bit on the thicker side, at least in comparison to the Benchmade Bug Out. Up against the Cogent, I'd say it is fairly comparable. They're both Civivi knives, of course. Different blade shapes. The Cogent is a clip point, where the button lock Elementum is a drop point. And of course, it isn't as thick as the large Sebenza 31. And lastly, here's the knife up against a ruler. In terms of overall length, it comes in about a little over 8 inches in overall length. And then in terms of sharpened blade length, the knife comes in about a little under 3 1/4 of an inch. Now, unfortunately, I no longer have my regular Elementum to compare it with, but what I can tell you, and I'll even flash up specs on the screen against the traditional Elementum, is that the button lock Elementum is slightly larger than the classic flipper liner lock Elementum in terms of handle length as well as blade length. So the knife is overall larger than the standard Elementum, but of course, you're getting this for that awesome button lock mechanism. As I said in the intro, it is a finger safe lock and it is very fidgety. I personally am in favor of finger safe lock mechanisms like the button lock or a crossbar lock. It's just another degree of safety as well as speed when opening and closing the knife with the lock. What's interesting about the button lock Elementum is that you could technically say this is like a gravity knife, since you're simply like pressing the button and then you flick the knife open. I guess to combat this, it would be just to say it's like a two-hand opening knife. You press the button and then pull the knife out. But I mean, I'm not too scared about it. No one really knows too much about gravity knives except for actual knife people. I mean, the button lock mechanism is very fidgety and fun to play with, and I love how it's finger safe. And in terms of the actual blade material, this is the Damascus and carbon fiber version of the button lock Elementum. The standard editions come with, I believe, to be micarta handles as well as 14C28N stainless steel. This Damascus is a Chinese Damascus. I think its core is like 9CR 18 MOV. That's a Chinese stainless steel, and the Rockwell hardness comes in about 60. So it is a stainless steel overall, but it has a decent hardness, so you get some great edge retention. And I mean, the actual pattern of the Damascus, the layers, looks really cool. It kind of reminds me of like the Darksaber from Star Wars. I don't know if anyone else can see that, but yeah, I really like the pattern. It's definitely really cool, and the specs are also pretty good. And then in terms of the handle material, it is a marble carbon fiber. I love carbon fiber as material. I love how it's both lightweight and strong, and I actually just really love the texture of carbon fiber. You get it on both sides, but of course, like the traditional Elementum, you do get stainless steel liners, and you also get a deep carry pocket clip that's also reversible on the button lock version. The regular Elementum did not have a reversible pocket clip, so the reversible pocket clip adds another degree of ambidextrousness to the button lock Elementum. Of course, the button lock is still mostly favored for right-hand people, but even as a lefty, you can still use that button lock mechanism. In terms of ergonomics, you still get that classic Elementum shape, albeit a little bit bigger. You get a good grip. If you do have bigger hands, the button lock Elementum will definitely be a welcome addition for you since it is slightly bigger. You also got some jimping on the blade, so you can get even better grip with your thumb when you're doing a saber grip. You also get a small little choil. It's mostly a sharpening choil. I won't really call it a finger choil, but I can put my index finger there no problem for more precise cuts. It's that great Elementum shape we all know and love, but with an upgraded locking mechanism that is finger safe and very fidgety. Overall, I'm really satisfied with my button lock Elementum pickup. I love the Elementum, but I just didn't really carry it a lot because I wanted a more premium blade steel and more premium handle materials, as well as a finger safe lock. So I think this model of the button lock Elementum was a perfect match for me. You get the upgraded handle material in carbon fiber, as well as a stainless steel Damascus with a great amount of edge retention, and of course that sweet button lock. So what do you guys think of the button lock Elementum? Do you guys prefer it over the traditional Elementum, or do you guys still like the traditional Elementum? I'd definitely like to know down in the comments. So that's gonna do it for this video. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, follow me on my socials, and thanks for watching.